I'm Mr. Estrada here, going over number 31 from the Integrated Algebra Regents, January 2013. Express 4 radical 75 in simplest radical form. Alright, so to begin, it might be helpful to read this as 4 times radical 75. And the reason I say that is because what we're going to do is first simplify radical 75, and then at the end just multiply that by 4. Alright, so we've got radical 75. So let's go ahead and simplify the radical 75. And the way we're going to do that is by using a perfect square that's going to multiply to 75. So from the perfect squares, I'm going to pick the largest one. So it's always better if you just pick the largest one that goes into that radicand, or whatever is under the radical, which in this case is 75. So in this case, it's going to be 25. So I can rewrite radical 75 as radical 25 times radical 3. Okay, so this is the perfect square that I'm using, and the other one doesn't have to be a perfect square. Okay, now we could simplify. Radical 25, pardon me, radical 25 is just what? Radical 25 is just 5. The square root of 25 is 5. So that becomes 5 radical 3. Can't simplify radical 3 any further because none of these perfect squares, except for one, is going to go into it, but we're not going to use one. So you get 5 radical 3. Now recall that there was a 4 in front of that radical 75. So we've got 4 times 5 radical 3, right? Because this 5 radical 3 is that radical 75 in simplest radical form. And we said that this really says 4 times radical 75. So now we're just going to multiply the 4 by the 5, and we get 20 radical 3. And that's our answer. Okay, I hope that helps. Take care.